And welcome to the Eurocentrist Season 2, Episode 4. Tanner, would you mind?
Tanner's big, massive head is in the way of the camera just there.
Did I just fuck
it
up
is.
this
Also,
again?
This one is all my head.
Yeah, like...
Huh?
Maybe the sensitivity. I think the sensitivity on your mic is really high.
I'm too hot.
Yeah, I think you might be too hot.
Okay.
Hot day.
Yeah, I'm still like, okay, I'm gonna move this way just a little bit because I think I'm being excluded
turning
by
this
Tanner's.
down. How about now?
No, it's because you can't see yourself. That's the problem. I'm having this.
My head,
No, because I stare at
No,
myself.
I'm just
very
saying your massive American head is in the way.
It is so funny how much of your head is
Right?
in the frame.
Right?
That is
It's a school
hilarious.
of freedom.
Scooch
is
that
what
way.
it is.
Scooch that.
Yeah, come closer to me.
Scooch that way, Tanner. There we
Yeah,
go.
there
That's
we go.
better. That's better.
This is the weirdest family picture I've ever seen. We're so proud of our boy Tanner. He just got his football scholarship.
Came to the cast, you know.
Hey.
Many head injuries later.
I mean, it is amazing how much you look like a cliche. It is fantastic.
Oh, you haven't met. There's a guy who runs this. Just listen to this sentence. There was a guy who runs a wings-only restaurant in Prague.
Okay.
His name is Ryan, and I think it was you said he looks
Ryan
like,
Wings?
No. He looks like somebody injected steroids into the concept of America.
Yeah. This dude is just way too much energy.
Yeah,
Does
dude.
like
Oh my
CrossFit
God.
all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
dude.
I want to meet this guy so bad.
I mean, he's a blast. But we at the Super Bowl party, he went against the entire bar in Super Bowl trivia, and he lost by 1 point.
Whoa.
And I think it's the angriest I've ever seen a human being.
Oh my
I just
god.
don't know how he does all the
That is
weightlifting
amazing.
and the cocaine, and then is a good father
Yeah.
to his child.
You know, with that cocaine, he's the best father.
Yeah.
He's got all the
Coolest
energy.
dad.
Dad, I'm not tired. Neither am I. Let's fucking do this thing, son.
Also, every single birthday party is a wings party. It's amazing. No, when you're a 14-year-old dude, just having unlimited access to wings.
Yeah. And cocaine.
Okay.
That's Grant's childhood.
Hey, childhood, I'm still living that dream, okay?
Grant's Krispy Kreme and fucking.
How dare you speak of my grandmother that way? All right? Allison was a saint, all right?
So Tanner told me before we started recording that you looked a little bit into this podcast before because you're new here.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Now this fucking nerd over here is seen
Yeah,
every
you already
episode.
know all about it.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the reels. I've seen
Yeah.
the
You've
I've
seen the suffering we put other people through.
I've seen the disappointing number of views.
Just you, me, and your special.
76.
Gotta start somewhere.
Three of them were me doing research.
Oh, that's why I got a spike. That makes sense now. We got a spike, sorry.
Yeah. I love that I'm included in
That's
this.
some toxic masculinity
Yeah,
right
right?
there,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, the worst.
When the boy from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
With the veneer of actual, like, proper, like.
I'm responsible for all the reels, by the way.
Yes.
So
The one about the then, but you fucking need to up your game, mate. That's some weak ass shit.
I'm sorry, I'm being out-contented by a dude who's never posted content.
I post content all the time, Aislinn.
You
Now
just
that you
started.
have a
You
special
literally
to
just
promote.
started.
So Grant goes
Only
tonight,
4 years too late.
Grant goes tonight, hey, everybody, follow my YouTube channel. And then someone goes, what's your YouTube? He's like,
Literally. I'm not taking fucking social media advice from your
All right,
ass.
when I started comedy, there was no such thing as YouTube, okay? If you said to me, are you on YouTube? I'd be like, you're having a stroke. Mike, you've taken too much of my grandmother's cocaine.
calm down, Grant.
I don't. That can't be true.
That was true.
That's not.
I started comedy in 2009. There was no YouTube in
There was
2009.
YouTube in 2009.
Well, kind of.
There's been YouTube since 2005, guys. I was like,
Well-
oh my god, you can't be that much older than I. I was
Kind of.
5 when
Well,
YouTube.
2009, it was still not like a thing. You know?
Maybe not in Europe, but it was.
Yeah, we had
huge.
Google Video.
Yeah.
No.
These
What?
fucking Europeans,
These
man.
Europeans, what the fuck? They have like they're
I
like
used Google Video way longer before I switched over to YouTube.
We can't all be autistic lesbians, okay? Like, we can't all be early adapters for every technology that comes through.
I mean,
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, not everyone can be cool.
That is the true crux of this. So yeah,
Autistic lesbian.
Unfortunately, though, I can't even take credit for the lights, the bi lights, the gay lights. That's all on this guy.
that's because I set them to one color scheme once, then the
Bisexual.
no wait.
That's the flag.
No, this is
Yes, yeah.
Grant. You will love this because this is the most corporate, bullshitty way of making obsolescence work. They updated the software for the Android app to actually drive the RGB and then made it incompatible with these lights. And you can't backroll to an older version.
What?
Yeah,
Are you
so they're
serious?
stuck on that lighting now.
Oh my god,
I didn't know you could do that to lights.
Yes.
Does capitalism ruin everything? Have I been right all along?
Yes, yes.
And by me,
Face.
I mean Marx, but also me.
I'm be honest, you started talking technology. I didn't understand a damn thing you said.
You had the Homer Simpson
started using
monkey just in your head.
You started using like letters and numbers for words. I was like,
Tanner was like, "This is algebra. That's not what I got my scholarship
Yeah.
for." Okay.
that light purple.
I got my scholarship.
And you're like, "That's the red one, Tanner. Actually, this one's purple."
Oh, I mixed it up.
What are colors again? Mima only told me 3 colors. White, red, and blue.
The only ones that matter, baby.
And the secret one we don't talk about because I can't say it without saying a bad word.
Well, speaking about racism.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Fucking hell.
I just waited until
They both
Grant
look so
naturally.
happy.
No, because last time you were on a podcast that I was on, I don't feel bad actually. It was quite right to zoom in on your face every time you said that the Illuminati was a good place, a good system to have.
I didn't say it was a good system to have. I said it is preferable to the one we've got now. Okay?
That actually somebody competent is in
Yes,
charge?
exactly.
Yeah.
The devil, obviously.
Eat all the babies you want if it means you run the system fairly.
Yeah.
I've played Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah,
I know how the
exactly.
Empire works.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
All right.
This is some nerd shit.
So, today's topic is the Gehlen Organization.
Tell me, did anyone happen to kill a red spy on the way here? No?
What?
The what?
Gehlen is, oder
Gehlen?
Gehlen is a German word.
Okay.
All right. Let's
What?
start off with.
It is?
Yes. Gehlen.
Gehlen. Like
Gehlen.
Gehlen, but Gehlen.
Yeah.
Gehlen.
What the fuck? I've never heard this word before.
Well, let's
Speaking
find stuff out. Let's start with a quote. There's nobody less popular than a prophet of misfortune whose predictions have been proved true in every detail.
Grant Gallacher.
Man.
Well,
Thank
you don't want to claim this quote because it is by Reinhard Gehlen.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, we have a picture of the man so you can manifest him.
Oh, that looks like that looks like from
Tanner, you have to
Oh,
move your
he
head
tried-
a little bit. He's down there.
Oh, I see. I was looking at this dude. I was like, who the fuck?
no,
He's not a real dude. I'm not to tell you that.
He seemed trustworthy. I went with it. You know.
is that from the Nuremberg trials?
No, that's not Nuremberg. That can't look. I don't think so.
Are
Are you fucking kidding me?
out. Reinhard Gehlen, the man who's obviously behind the eponymous organization, a man who has been variously described as the spy of the century
If he's a Nazi, I'm calling the police.
by Edward Spiro, a former British Secret Service officer who, under the pseudonym E.H. Cockridge, sorry.
Cockridge. We're going with Cockridge.
Cockridge.
Cock rich, better cock poor. You know.
Published a first
Karl Marx.
Oh no! I need to know what this guy's political opinions are before I can laugh. I need to know.
All right, so he, that Italian dude, that British dude, published the first Gehlen biography under that title in 1971, as well as the biggest loser in the field of intelligence. That's by American historian Gerhard Weinberg. So we have two completely different points of view on that dude.
American historian.
Yeah.
Well, but Weinberg...
Gerhard Weinberg. I came over here just for funsies. Had nothing to do with Operation Paperclip.
Well, Weinberg actually is normally a Jewish last name, so...
But he's pronouncing it in a German way because he's a stickler and also because it's a deflection. Like, this is a psyop right now. He's trying to gaslight
All right,
us.
so Reinhard Gehlen was born into a bourgeois family in Erfurt, then part of the Kingdom of Prussia, German Empire, on April the 3rd, 1902. His early life and career aren't very well documented, though he was not, as one of his main rivals, Friedrich Wilhelm Heinz.
Is everyone in this story a stereotype?
This is your first son?
The next character is just going to be a schnitzel. You know? and the concept of beer.
Yeah. A Weisswurst, with like some lipstick on. Like, that's all of it.
Don't tempt me. That sounds real cute, I can get real deep in that.
That's all Tanner's been thinking about since we crossed the border.
Oh, man. Friedrich Wilhelm Heinz would claim the love child of Erich Ludendorff and Mata Hari. All right, so his rival is insane.
Wait, okay, what? I'm sorry, I'm confused about who we're talking about.
So Reinhard Gehlen, who
is our main guy.
Yeah, is our main guy, and his rival called him the love child of Erich Ludendorff and Mata Hari.
Oh, he fucking showed him.
Yeah. Okay, nobody calls my mother Harry.
That is a police squad level joke.
Now, obviously, I know.
Don't call me Shirley.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I know who those people are because I'm
right.
Me and Ashley have been studying.
Sure, yeah. Name a fact about him.
For Harry is a world renowned person, woman or man. Could be either with the name
Mata
Hari.
Yeah.
Mata Hari.
That sounds like something that the Hare Krishnas chant,
No. There's a game.
Mata Hari.
Honestly, that might be where they got the thing from.
No, Mata Hari.
Hare Krishna.
The swastika?
No.
That too.
Oh my God. They're taking everything.
That too.
Mata Hari, that's just one of the guys who worked on Nintendo. Like, that's not...
Oh, the most racist goes to Aislinn. Ding, 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 ding. She's on the board.
Yeah, being around this man has made me more racist.
We have one paragraph in, guys. Come on.
Okay.
Right.
Born to ex-officer turned bookseller Walter Gehlen, 1871 to 1943. Weird way to die.
Yeah, wonder what happened.
Yeah, and his wife Katharina von Wernewik.
Do not know.
Wernewik?
Tanner's like, what happened in
Are you talking about Vietnam?
Like, you look legitimately
Oh yeah, I
confused.
died in Vietnam 1943 is a really shitty way to go.
You did something wrong, I'll tell you.
It was the run up to the run up to the run up.
He was scouting.
Yeah.
This is gonna turn out real nicely in 60 years. All right, and his wife Katharina von Wernewik. Wernewik, I'm guessing it's a Dutch name, 1878 to 1922, so she died young, who hailed from Flanders. Ah, there we go.
That's a name I know.
Reinhard grew up in Breslau, Silesia, which is now Wrocław, Poland. Finished school in 1920.
What happened there?
Grant, you're spoiling it. He doesn't know yet. Let him get to the story.
Sorry.
That's when we invaded Iraq. Okay? I know this history.
You mean Afghanistan.
That delicious Polish oil.
You guys always get it mixed up.
All right, so the dad finished school in 1920 and immediately joined the Reichswehr. Oh, awesome. And then got married in 1931 to Hertha von Seydlitz-Kurzbach. Oh.
Sorry, can I just quickly say, he told me that this subject would be neutral and anyone could enjoy this.
He is Austrian. This is neutral.
With enjoying, I don't mean enjoying.
Also, can I say, this is the first and only Nazi we've had so far on the podcast. So we saved it just for you.
First true Nazi, yeah.
Well, who else?
John Rabe was a card-carrying
Okay,
Nazi.
that's.
But he wasn't a Nazi.
He doesn't count. He
does not count, yeah. No, if you save 200,000 people's lives, I guess that counts.
This is a prosecuted fucking Nazi. Somehow.
yeah.
Like, I feel this is the first one saved just for you guys.
Yes, first time.
Do you feel proud?
Guys, stop it. I can only get so erect.
Just wait until the cool stuff happens.
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not the end.
I mean, there is an organization named after the man, so it can't be that good.
Stop spoiling and just read the thing.
All right, a Silesian officer's daughter with whom he had 4 children. Wow, okay, so
Busy man.
Reinhard Gehlen is laying pipe. According to his own memoirs, his early biography was that of any given general staff officer, and not worth going into any detail about.
Okay, we love that. I love when historians dedicate their entire lives to something and then they're just like, fucking, who cares?
Yeah.
No, but this is him writing about himself, being like.
So that's him being like, don't look into the
Yeah,
past.
exactly. Don't look too closely.
Nothing important happened.
nothing
and
important.
The piles of bodies had nothing to do with me.
Connor Roy was interested in politics from a very young age.
And indeed, having participated both in the invasion of Poland in 1939
I fucking
and the planning of Operation Barbarossa,
Oh my god, you got the operation right. Holy shit.
Hitler's attack on the Soviet Union in 1941, Gehlen does seem to have been a pretty ordinary German general staff officer.
Yes.
With the most ordinary values you could imagine a Prussian military man to have. Just your run-of-the-mill, national conservative, anti-Bolshevik, anti-democratic, pro-authoritarianism,
This is Ben
pro-war
Foley.
crime kind of fella who had both no interest in being a party member on the one hand, nor any qualms with either accepting or participating in a genocide or 3 on the other.
And in Prussia nowadays, he would be considered a centrist.
A classic CDU guy.
Middle of the road.
Yeah. That's where the tanks go.
I love this country. I love this society that we live in.
Just wait, what cool stuff happens to the
Yeah, you guys are gonna be dead before I have to deal with that shit. So like,
wait to deal with this. This is so funny.
but
I'm happy I waited for this.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to
Yeah,
that.
I'm ready for it, man.
I appreciate the
Just
comedic.
wait until the Americans show up in this story.
Oh wow!
They're gonna make everything better.
Oh yeah.
If you let me say a sentence, maybe I could show up.
It's not 1943 yet. You don't. No, 1944. You don't get to yet.
Yeah,
right?
I don't get I miss when men died in war.
It's for the first 2/3 of the podcast. It's just me and Paul throwing insults at each other
Yeah.
as we slowly decrease our manpower.
Oh my. That's a Barbarossa joke. I got it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't know what this is about.
It's so good.
These two are literally a lethal combination. This is nuclear. And it's also not fair because there's the combined power of Ben writing this script, which is what I wanted to say the entire time, but you wouldn't let me. So
Sorry.
you have to let me say it now.
Yeah, go for it.
I just appreciate that this comedic genius of, just the regular things of proceeds to list every single one of the longest words one could use for a political description.
Yeah.
The comedic genius of that.
I love Ben. Thank you, Ben, by the way,
Thank you, Ben,
for
for
writing this.
writing.
Thank you,
Last
Ben.
minute. It came in 2 hours before you guys arrived.
Well, so
this
then-
is literally fresh off the presses.
Then you are welcome for us being late.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. In May 1942, Gehlen was made head of the Abteilung Fremde Heere Ost, FHO, the Department Foreign Armies East. Gehlen had never concerned himself with any intelligence work, didn't speak any foreign languages, and wasn't an expert on the Soviet Union either.
Wow, what an idiot. He doesn't know anything.
But,
He's the worst spy ever.
but let's put him in charge of stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
What a fucking dumbass.
Welcome to the Nazi party. All morons all the time.
See, I just assumed it was like he's just lying about his accomplishments. Like, because otherwise, why would you bring it up?
He's
Like,
just an idiot. I did not say anything about this because I actually did not do anything.
All
Yeah.
of the smart Nazis were trying to fight Indiana Jones to get the Ark of the Covenant.
Exactly.
According to the latest documentary I watched.
Still, his skills as an analyst made him surprisingly well suited for the job, and he often delivered very accurate reports and predictions, much to the dislike of Hitler, who would have preferred a little more optimism.
You get an honest Nazi.
And Hitler's like, no!
It's like a comedian when he's like, okay, so I got a 3-star review, but it reads like a 4. You know?
Yeah.
I've been killing it out there!
Yeah, this is industry baseball right now for this comedian shit.
Yeah, you only get 4 stars, we know. We're slumming 3 stars over here.
That's not what I mean by that.
I'm leaving 10 out.
I'm just like,
Tanner's like, you
this.
guys are getting reviewed?
I'm seeing stars too. I don't know.
around my head right now.
Exactly.
Where they are, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What
Nope.
Are we allowed to swear? Are we allowed to
Yo,
swear?
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Swear
fuck
the
yeah.
fuck away. Shit.
No. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
No, thank you, Grant, for roping Tanner into this.
Dude, actually, we never bothered to ask you, what are your thoughts about history?
Yes, in
I
general.
thought you were so much going to say, what are your thoughts about Hitler? I was like, what's
That was a question you could answer.
Tanner, why are you sweating?
No, yeah, actually, I have a quick story about that.
About Hitler?
Yes, actually.
Quick Hitler story.
That's a
nice.
quick Hitler story.
For
So,
the bedtime, yeah.
for a thing the other day, someone asked someone in the crowd. It was a performance thing. They were asking.
I was
the
like, I
audience,
see no people.
our live studio audience. Hello. No. For like at a stand-up comedy gig, they asked one person in the audience who, if they could go back in time and kill, or if they could go back in time and meet any person throughout history, who would it be, alive or dead? And one of my friends wanted to say Hitler. She just wanted to meet Hitler really, really badly. so that she could stop it. She was so afraid that, like, if someone said, I want to meet Hitler, like, that just wouldn't, sound great.
Yeah.
That is the epitome of girls going, I can fix him.
Right before the Olympic Games. I can fix it. I can fix it.
Just slide me in there. I'll just give him what he wants.
Yeah. Give me 6 months.
You should be saluting this broad.
No, it's fine.
No, she wanted to kill him, I think.
With kindness or like, I don't know.
What do you mean? You don't think...
kindness?
He just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why do you
Find
guys-
someone tender to touch him at night, you know? Like,
Come here, Adolfo.
This is the most misogynistic conversation I've ever been a part of.
What
What do you
was
mean
it?
women can't kill him? Instead, it has to be that.
Well,
It's like, yeah, she kills him by bringing me my coffee when I ask for it.
kill me anytime.
yeah, just like Hitler's girlfriend who shot herself with his revolver. Weird.
Damn, got him.
It's almost like girls can't do anything themselves.
Those Australian bullets.
Women. I tell him he has perfect skin for drag performance, and this is how he treats me.
That's because even men are better at being women than women, you know? So.
All right, let's go back to the
Damn.
Nazis.
Sorry.
I walked
go
into
back to the
that one.
Nazis.
Back to the Nazis. So Hitler is not happy about...
Paul's favorite segue on stage.
Let's go back to the Nazis.
Guys, why are you laughing?
We must go back. That's how we stop him.
Gehlen's work for the FHO was also marked by some serious blunders, however, such as his pre-Stalingrad conviction that the Red Army would soon be completely exhausted, as well as his failure to predict several major offensives accurately.
I mean, it's not like anyone's ever misjudged Russia's manpower before.
Yeah. Or its invasion or its size. Yeah. Nobody did that, ever.
We're just going to kick in the doors and the whole house is going to come falling.
Yeah. Madness is repeating the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right?
Yeah.
But we're doing something different because we're German, not French. That's good enough, right? For a different experiment.
The mistakes are just slowly moving east. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And the moment the Russians invade themselves, boom, problem solved.
According to Vladimir Putin, that's what's happening right now. Sorry, all I watch is Russia Today, guys. I don't know if you've heard, but
I'm more of an Al Jazeera guy myself, you know? Like,
All right. To be fair, though, I've never been chief of the Abteilung. That's Ben talking right now. I've never been chief of the Abteilung Fremde Herr Ost, so what do I know?
I figured you could tell me that was a direct quote and I would believe you. That he said that, yeah.
What do I know? Yeah, anyway.
What do I know?
Anyway, he was, by all accounts, an absolute beast at looking competent, at least, and was indeed competent enough to realize in 1943 that the war with the Soviet Union was lost.
That was a great pause between beast and at looking great. It's like, you tell me this Nazi was a beast? Like,
I like if that was just the end of the sentence.
exactly.
This Nazi was a beast. He was going poggers. All right, guys.
That was almost a Nike advertisement. This Nazi was a beast. Nike, just do it. Right?
Yeah.
Adidas, please.
Do it. Yeah.
Adidas, go sicko mode on the minorities of your
But with
country.
the original name, Adolf Dassler Schuhe.
Adidas.
Yes. Hitler grew ever more frustrated with Gehlen's pessimistic predictions, and he was eventually dismissed in April 1945. According to most... I got fired real late.
Yeah.
Real late firing.
That's like leaving the company right before the building burns
And
down.
also, how hilarious is it that they're like, Hitler clearly hates him, but there's also nobody else.
Yeah.
So they're like, we can't fire him. There's nobody. There's no LinkedIn. Like,
So he didn't get,
angeklinkt.de, yeah.
but he didn't actually get fired. He went down with the ship. It sounds like.
Well, eventually dismissed in April 1945. So yeah, right around before that, yeah.
So wait, when was it over?
Like 2 months later, I think.
Oh
yeah.
fuck, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like really
No.
under the wire.
No. Okay, crackpot theory. This is what I think happened. I think he was giving Hitler bad predictions because he hated his job on purpose. And that, oh my god, am I right?
You're
Because
almost
clearly,
right.
This is suddenly, I just find it so suspicious that he was able to accurately predict the end of World War II, but never predicted anything correctly in his life up to that point.
I mean, I think in April 1945, as the bombs are raining down on Berlin, you're like, I don't think we got this one, lads.
It'd be quite late
Not
to
doing
find
so
out.
hot right now.
You know what? I predict we might draw.
Slight chance of bombs right now.
But he's never been right before, so...
Well, not all. He was mediocre. Let's put him mediocre. He's not a complete fuck up, but also not great.
It sounds like his one job is to show up and fill space. And then
All right,
say,
Tanner.
Yeah, that's a valuable job. That's a valuable job. Come on now. I'm sitting here looking handsome.
you love...
Gehlen of the group. The fourth people.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Tanner's going to leave the building and then this podcast is going to just collapse into itself?
Yeah.
I'm going outside to press the launch
American
nuke
shoots
button.
a rocket into it.
Aislinn has to kill herself with one of our guns because she doesn't have one of her own.
Yeah.
it does, Ben.
She's gonna
Simon
fail at
cuts
it.
Glenn out.
Yeah, I'll have my fucking Hitler-ass husband to kill me instead or whatever.
All right.
Does that mean he's got an ass like Hitler when you say Hitler ass? Or what exactly do you mean?
Just vague Hitler vibes. I don't know.
That man had a badonk. A donk.
Do you think Hitler
Could have
was
called him
packing?
Hipsler. I don't know.
He was Reich stacked is what he was.
It's hipster to be square. Great song.
Great song, not great guy, but great song.
Great song. All right. So he was dismissed in April 1945, according to most historians, for no lesser crime than giving his Führer some actually good intel. That included the absurd implication that the Wehrmacht might be in the process of losing to the Red Army. In April 1945.
Mein Führer, they are in the Reichstag.
I think we might have lost. Like he puts like qualifiers on it.
That flag could be the Soviet flag, or if you squint very hard.
But that doesn't really make any sense though, because he was like he was always Hitler didn't like him. Hitler didn't like
Well,
him.
I think Hitler liked him, but not what he Gehlen gave him as like intel. He didn't like the info. Like you like the messenger, but not the message.
Yeah, because he's not trying to make it. That's why I'm like,
But also,
I don't think he would. I think he'd be the opposite of what you
Hitler
just
at this point
described.
is fully lost mind mode. You know, he's fully yoked up on methamphetamines 24/7. He doesn't sleep really, which also fucks with your mind. We know he had
That sounds like a Tuesday to me. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, but
So
you're
that
also
sounds like
not
tomorrow.
invading Russia right now, are you?
You should run a country.
Give me some more methamphetamines and we will see.
I'm going to invade Russia for the right reasons this time.
I'm going to invade Russia for the Russians I've been hearing about on Russia Today, okay?
Oh, shit. Also in early April, possibly still before his dismissal, with Nazi Germany's inevitable defeat about a month away, Generalmajor, that's a major general, Gehlen and his deputy, Oberstleutnant Lieutenant Colonel Gerhard Wesel, met with Oberstleutnant Hermann Baun, chief of the Frontaufklärungskommandos, fuck.
You're throwing a lot of German even for me, and I speak the language.
Frontaufklärungstruppen, fat. So those are the two, fuck and fat are the two groups.
How dare you? I'm sitting right across from you, Paul.
I was like, that's what I put on my Tinder bio, like what I'm looking for lately, dude. Just like,
Previous employers, fuck and fat.
yeah.
Worked from 1938 to 1945. Looking for some Lebensraum.
If you worked with the ass before, I like that too, you know? Like,
Oh, fuck.
How long until we do a sexy Auschwitz pun? It's coming. It's coming.
No. Let's not go there. Not yet. Until the bots stop listening to this episode, which is about now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, because we also stopped listening. So,
All right. So the front reconnaissance units with the army groups and the armies of the Eastern Front at Bad Elster, Saxony. So there's a big meeting of like lower-ish level Nazis.
Guys, I don't know if you noticed, but we're the front reconnaissance units and we're on the outskirts of Berlin. This doesn't seem to be going well.
We're not where we're supposed
It
to
seems
be.
like we're not reconnaissancing. That's my house.
but I know what's in there. I know what's inside.
A bunch of Americans right now, like a bunch of them. There's Frank and Miller and, you know.
yeah.
Chad, Thad, Brad, you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
like,
Tanner
Yeah,
is there.
your relatives, presumably.
them's my boys.
All right, quote, at this meeting, Gehlen set the direction of how to save the resources of FHO and of Baun's organization, particularly key personnel, files, and records, and how to surrender to U.S. forces.
Wait, he was giving instructions on how to surrender.
how you surrender when you see the
These are the proper procedures of surrendering, yeah? There's a checklist.
We must make sure that we immediately stop doing the salute as soon as they get here. I don't think they will believe
Lower
it.
your arm 30 degrees.
Do the salute, and then do the salute with the other hand. And
A double salute.
that counts as a surrender. They will never know.
That is amazing.
Next thing you know, we're making rockets for NASA. Let's go, baby.
Oh, it's so much worse.
Oh, no.
All right.
What could be worse?
Gehlen was convinced, continuing the quote, Gehlen was convinced that tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union would increase, that the United States lacked knowledge of the Soviet Union generally and her military capabilities in particular.
Well,
On
fucking
this
idiot.
basis, he believed that cooperation with the United States in the field of intelligence directed against the Soviet Union and especially the Red Army was possible, and that the knowledge and capabilities of German military intelligence ought to be of high value, at least for the US Army. He envisioned a transformation of Fremde Heere Ost, and including key personnel of the front reconnaissance units, into a centralized foreign intelligence service with the long-term aim of becoming the sole German foreign intelligence service. Wesel and Baum shared Gehlen's analysis and his intentions. That's from Hans-Henning Krumme, the organization Gehlen as Prehistory of the Bundesnachrichtendienst, which is today's...
Secret police.
Yep.
Oh, God fucking damn it.
This just goes back to my theory that he was just faking it for his. Because this guy sounds like he's got some ideas that he's been sitting on for a while.
Right, he was cooking.
He was cooking.
He was cooking.
He's like, I'm not going to let my boss take credit for this. This is my idea.
This is my terrible idea.
This is my horrific human atrocity that I want full credit for.
Gehlen or no Gehlen, you know?
Oh, no.
Do you think Hitler said, that's gay, Lynn? Whenever he heard one of the ideas that he didn't like.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
That's why he liked him. He was like, I could keep saying this shit. You know? Like,
That's why I
come give me some news, Galen. You know,
This will never get old.
It's like hiring somebody called Knickerbocker. Like,
Like a girl called Fanny. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, come on.
bring the fanny in here.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All that shit. Yeah. Hiding key personnel and files at 3 different locations in the Bavarian Alps and or Austrian Alps, depending on the source. Oh, cool. We're involved. Nice. Finally, a shout out to Austria, you know, the OGs.
We've been talking about this Hitler this entire time.
I was gonna say, now.
Yeah. They don't like to.
I'm just testing Tanner. He was
Why-
Dutch, right?
Why would you do that? We've just established that Americans don't have very good general knowledge about Russia or the Second World War.
I will invade Poland for the Polish.
All right. Gehlen himself retreated to a mountain cottage. Oh, nice. The Aislinn's arm. Oh, shit.
Okay.
What's Elin's arm?
Arm is just a mountain cottage, and Aislinn is suffering.
He retreated to the suffering. Is he this dude into
Suffering
BDSM
cottage.
or something? Like, what's going on?
I mean, he's a Nazi, so there's a non-zero chance that he's.
That's so Austrian.
I don't wanna drag, no pun intended, the BDSM community here, because those are cool dudes and ladies. Like, but there's some overlap with Nazi and leather culture.
Yeah, I was also going to say that the Suffering Cottage is the most beautiful name in Austrian folklore. If you are a very good boy or girl, you get to go to the Suffering Cottage.
That's why we send your animals when they die.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the most, like, even in pure suffering, you still have to have an idyllic view of the entire country.
Yeah.
Still needs to
I
be
mean,
mountainous.
Near Barischzell on the Tyrolean border. Yeah, that is one of the most gorgeous parts of the Alps.
Yeah, Suffering Cottage is when
It's a pun.
It's
Not a
when it's
pun,
overcast.
It's facetious.
I'm glad he managed to get the retirement he so clearly deserved. You know?
Oh, I wish you retired there.
Yeah.
All right, because we have plenty of pages left. 2 weeks after
no.
VE Day.
It's all just from everything that happens. He's still living in Suffering Cottage.
Spoilers, the Allies won.
Yes.
for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Allied victory.
What group meetings have I been attending this whole time, man? Like,
It turns out that Wolfenstein documentary I was playing on Xbox the other day was incorrect in a lot of ways.
Oh, that great Amazon Prime TV show.
The documentary Man in the High Castle.
Yeah, documentary.
I don't know what's going on with all these documentaries, but I am confused. Okay?
They don't line up. Is this some multiverse bullshit?
Oh, fucking Marvel. I knew it was them.
Because it's just gonna tie it into fucking Captain
Loki's gonna
America.
turn up again.
Oh,
I mean, that is literally what happens in Man in the High Castle.
Right.
They're like, there's other universes actually where we won the war. I hate Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
That show sucks.
The book is better. All right.
The book's always better.
Yeah, on the
hope
23rd of
true.
May, Gehlen surrendered to U.S. forces and, in early June, was interrogated by John R. Bocker Jr.
John Arbuckle of,
No, John R. Bocker.
of Garfield fame? Did you say John
Gehlen
Arbuckle?
eats all of his lasagna.
He's like, tell me the information. I can't. I just hate Mondays.
Ich hasse Montage.
The guy's like, wait a minute. Let me just write this down.
Garfield.
Gehlen,
Yeah.
Garfield. We're onto
It's all
something here.
connected. Illuminati.
So, a G2 military intelligence staff officer and the 12th Army Group's resident Red Army expert. As Bocker later described, quote, by the middle of July 1945, we had succeeded in reconstituting General Gehlen's key members and staff, all of his documents, and very much aware of the gold mine we have found. James H. Critchfield, the later head of the CIA's Near East and South Asia division, would state that, quote, the files on Soviet tactical and military strength constituted the only comprehensive information on Soviet military power held anywhere by anyone in the entire world.
It's just one page. They're really good.
Don't mess with them.
Yeah. Don't do what we did.
Yeah. We fucked up.
Is it bad that I spent that whole time thinking about Garfield, but it's World War II?
In the trenches.
In the trenches. That's World War I.
The trenches in World War II too.
That is imagery that is much less commonly associated with World War II.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't know how common the imagery of Garfield in the trenches of World War anything is.
He's on one of those sexy bomber planes, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like a plane or something.
Yeah, he's on a
World
B-29.
War I was Snoopy, okay? That was
Right.
the
Yes,
one who did it,
yeah, that's
He fights
right.
the Red Baron all the time.
yes,
True. A smartass would that's Ben. A smartass would reply that the Russians probably also had this information, but whatever,
Yeah.
According to his CIA biography, declassified by the Nazi War Crimes Disclosure Act, thank you, quote, General Gehlen was motivated by his strong view that the position of the Soviet army so deep in Europe constituted a real threat to Western civilization.
What a fucking idiot. Everything turned out just fine.
Moron.
I know.
Continuing with the quote.
100 years of peace, guys, all right?
His views were so strong that he was able to convince his captors of these views. Oh my god.
Guys, listen, I got an idea, okay? Just think about it real quick.
Don't you also hate Mondays?
This is reverse Stockholm Syndrome,
That is insane.
where you make your captors fall in love with you rather than the other way around.
There's like, hey Tony, this Gehlen guy, you gotta check him out over here. He has some real tough shit to say about these Jews.
I'm just asking questions.
Like, guys, if you go along with me, I can take you to this great place. It's called the Suffering Cottage. I love it.
Oh, there's stripper and cocaine at Suffrage Cottage. Oh, for sure.
Nostril suffering. That's what you're in for.
Anal and nostril suffering. All right. By July, Gehlen and his staff were already producing reports on the Red Army for the US, leading to him and 6 officers of his staff being transferred to America in August.
Operation Paperclip.
Well, probably under the umbrella, yeah. Paperclip was specifically scientists.
Oh, I see.
He ain't no scientist.
He might as well be. He's already a general based on nothing.
That's true.
He's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty
Major
good.
general, but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
In those days, just being really good at guessing made you a scientist.
This.
I think that's how we invented the social science.
That is true. That is a good chunk of social science. It's just a guy going, lady going like this.
What do you see? What do you see?
Yeah.
For some reason, I keep seeing an orange cat, and I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god.
While this so-called Bolero group was treated as POWs and interrogated in Camp Hunt near Washington, D.C., the U.S. Army was busy setting up an intelligence service consisting of both Gehlen's and Hermann Baum's former men, under the code name Rusty. All right. The ICO, Information Collecting Organization, was officially established on April 1st. Great timing, guys.
Yeah.
1946.
April
A year
1st,
later.
1946.
Was it April Fool's Day back then?
That's what I'm thinking.
I
think
that come up?
That has to be a
But also, the
decision.
war has been over for less than 6 months. They're like, let's
Let's move fast on this shit.
I also don't know why we just glazed over the fact that the name
Oh,
of
they
their
glazed
group,
him, all right.
They did, but like we glazed over the fact the name of their group is like a sexy Latin dance. The Bolero group.
Yeah. That's true.
Cha-cha-cha, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like something that's like Pilates, but for hot moms. You know?
Or
The
hot
boy-
Nazis.
Or
I don't
hot
know.
Nazis. I mean,
Hotsies.
Nazis.
have you seen what this man looks like? He is butt fucking ugly, just like every other Nazi.
got
There's
some-
never been a hot Nazi.
That looks like a picture of me when I was 23. How dare you?
Were you a Nazi back then?
he can't remember because of the drugs.
I was on a lot of MDMA, and I might have invaded some countries. Okay.
How was the Suffering Cottage?
Well, let me tell you.
Some great bolero music there going on the whole time.
Me and Rusty, we had a blast. Okay.
Those captives.
Rusty
right.
is such a crackhead name.
Oh yeah, and put under Bound's command, with headquarters at Camp King, Oberrussel, Hesse, a town that, according to its German Wikipedia article, is also known as Orschel by the locals, so little ass. And I don't know why every other name in this entire podcast is either ass or tits. Thanks, Ben.
You know what?
Nice.
Godspeed to you.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
Thank you to Ben for finding every city/village in the entirety of Europe that has something to do with tits or ass in the title.
Great next episode of the Eurocentrist.
Is that where the Austrians used up all their humor?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've depleted ourselves.
What if we call the town
Fucking.
Tits?
Or boobs.
But this is the third tits. Oh, we will call it ass.
They do love
Yeah. You encapsulated us pretty well.
important contextual information is they love puns in this country. They fucking love a good Wortspiel.
Oh, no.
It's the German language. It just lends itself so well to that. Sometimes they just want to call it fucking.
Did you not see the way that both of their eyes lit up when you said the word pun?
Have we awoken Tanner?
No.
Perhaps.
This is all on you, baby.
Oh, this is Truce Tanner, and we'll get the bulk later.
It was insufferable enough with you two vibing. How the fuck am I gonna handle this?
Yay, boys be boys.
I'm gonna have to shove
The Gehlen Organisation.
I'm gonna have to shove all of you into lockers somehow. I can't deal with this.
If anybody could, Aislinn, it would be you, baby.
Yeah, totally.
All right, Bound's initial plans were for a service that would cover not only the areas of Germany under Russian occupation, what would a few years later become the so-called German Democratic Republic, but also other parts of Stalin's empire. Despite being instructed to confine his activities to sniffing out Russian spies in the American-occupied zone, Bound stuck to his grandiose plans, and his American superiors let him do as he liked. Good on you, America. Fulfilling requests for money and black market goods, essentially without any actual supervision. Nice.
That sounds about right.
That's pretty much the American dream right there.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like that is America.
Yeah.
You know?
And
I appreciate that.
I believe that's their intelligence gathering operation until this day.
The
Yeah.
CIA is like looking above his mountain of cocaine, like, what are you talking about?
They need another briefcase of money? Send it over!
You fuck bitches, get money, steal their shit. That's the American model of foreign policy.
Who wants some shoulder-firing rocket launcher?
It's Israel again. Spoiler.
Calm down, Oprah. Calm
Can't
down,
be
Oprah.
Afghanistan anymore. Sadly, we wish we could go back to that time.
Hey, I'm sure if we arm the Mujahideen, it's never going to come back to bite us in the ass. Where's those terrorists gone?
I'm gonna become a terrorist by the end of this podcast.
Oh yeah, we all will. As John R. Dean Jr., one of the two U.S. officers responsible for supervising Rusty, once noted, quote,
It is just, it sounds like he's an old dog. That, like,
It's fitting because it's John Arbuckle. He's overseeing him.
see him, he goes, here comes Rusty again. Be careful. You
He's
know?
rusty. He hates Mondays.
Time to put the old yellow Rusty. Once noted, quote, Bound was constantly going off somewhere. No one knew where, making contact with someone. No one knew whom.
That is an old
you're
dog.
in charge of him. You're put in charge of watching the Nazi, and this is what you do, America?
Oh, honestly, you've seen how we handle Biden, so it's kind of the same. Like, you know, like,
That's one of your guys.
he's the guy. Is what it sounds.
The CEO of just letting him do whatever he wants.
Oh, that is amazing. They're like, it's less than a year after the war, they already gave up. Literally abandoning their principle in like this.
What principle? I feel like we're assuming that America means the best, but no, they're just mad that Pearl Harbor happened.
Sure.
No, America went like, okay, you guys can't do the fascism. Because we're doing the fascism.
They're like, America after the war is like, I heard you guys were inspired by us to make your fascist regime.
Actually, your type of fascism is less productive than our type of fascism. So.
You have to give everyone a cocaine and a gun. And you'll just...
But we'll still take the rockets, yeah.
We'll take the rockets, but you get to have coke and a gun.
And this guy.
And Gehlen.
Gehlen and Bound. Truly the worst.
So what did they do?
Bananas in Pajamas adaptation.
What a callback. Like, that's my childhood right there. Do you guys know the song?
Yeah,
No.
of course.
Bananas
In pajamas, yes.
are walking down the... Come on now.
All right, so the Germans, the Americans are already sleeping on the wheel. Mm-hmm. Very, very nice. And
Which is the first and last time that ever happened in history.
I think you guys are assuming it's negligence. I think they did it on purpose. I think they just put this guy in like a little room and they just let him run around like a rat, and they're like, okay, what kind of fascism does he get up to? Because we need to do that here.
Right.
Will you stop referencing my 20s, okay? We all went through some shit.
At this early stage, most recruits were people who Baun knew personally, most of the leading heads having served in the Abwehr, the German military intelligence, with only one exception. Most of the heads of Rusty's field offices, of which at least half a dozen had already been set up by the middle of 1946, had served on the Eastern Front. Commonly known as the worst front.
Yeah.
So real assholes.
Guys who might really, really, really dislike communists.
Or anybody. Probably themselves too. That's why they keep killing so much, so they forget about it.
Yeah.
Maybe if I stab myself out of the problem, I will like myself at some point.
It's the Glasgow solution.
You guys just like psychoanalyzed all wars. That's so interesting. I've never seen anyone do that. They're just like, I stab because I can't feel anything inside.
We're doing a social science.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too bad that on the Eastern Front all of the funds are frozen off.
We can't do social science.
Was
can't
this
do
a
a
good
lot of it.
idea? I don't know anymore. Hilariously, Baun decided to pay and finance his men according to work done rather than giving them any fixed wage, which naturally led to a deluge of unrequested, unorganized, largely useless reports, which led to more funding and uncontrolled growth.
Yeah, they do that. Literally, the U.S. government was just like, you hate communists? Oh my God, I hate communists. Here's literally millions of dollars.
Take all my money now. And
Yeah.
it's like,
They
just invented a bullshit machine.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
And they didn't even have to meet them in person either. That's like, they're just like, yeah, no, oh, you you sent us a letter saying that you're in the Congo and you hate communists.
I saw a flying starling, $500, please.
Yeah.
that's honestly like a glory hole transaction. Like, you don't need to see, you just know you like the result, Like,
Right.
that's a glory hole
That is a
transaction.
glory
I don't know where the money is coming from, but man, does it taste sweet.
You're on the other side of the glory hole than what I was talking about.
Well, yeah, he's from Austria. I mean, they were occupied by the communists for a short amount of time after the
10
war.
years, yeah.
10 years, yeah.
Deservedly so. No, absolutely.
He's drank a lot of anti-communist semen is what I'm trying to say. That's the joke there.
One more time.
But I thought sharing was caring. All right. By May 1947, so we're 2 years in now, Rusty's number of employees had grown from 150 a year earlier to over 2,000.
I love the fact that he's paying them based on work they do. Like, they're just like, oh yeah, I did
Contract work.
Yeah. I did work.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, what did you see?
Stuff.
Communists.
Doing stuff.
Yeah.
Communist stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly.
I'll take that briefcase of money. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is consulting. This is the invention of consulting.
Yeah.
What's more, the various field offices were kept in the dark about each other for security reasons, with fun side effects such as informants working for several field offices and headquarters receiving this exact same information through multiple channels, as well as Rusty's agents just straight up spying on each other without realizing.
This dude keeps watching me, and I watch him every day. I think I'm gonna ask him out. It's kind of cute.
That would be an amazing meet cute, though, where it's like just negligence on
Two
behalf.
Eastern Front ex-Nazis walk into an office.
Yeah. And they're like, wait a minute, I've been looking at you from afar for the past, 6 months now.
Have I met you in Stalingrad before?
And they still get to take $100 million per transaction, which is insane. Imagine, the grift of going from literally nothing, I don't think it ever says he has an education, to just being the major general of the Nazis, and just going straight into, pyramid schemes.
And this is his buddy, Baum. This is Baum's doing. Gehlen is just checking,
That's mad.
He's like, Baum, you still doing your stuff over there, right?
And Gehlen is just like, yeah.
That's such an incredible grift.
Yeah, it's amazing. Gehlen, his deputy Wessel, and the rest of his team returned to Germany in July 1946. For the next months, Baum would be in charge of Rusty's information group, while Gehlen would lead the evaluation group. Who was whose superior was never clearly established, however. That's how you run an organization.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Constant backstabbing and trying to one-up each other.
Yes, amazing. Especially when it comes to intelligence, where data safety is kind of important.
Yeah.
You should have a two-head principle in the sense of that the two working together, the two heads.
Guys, who needs a chain of command? We've got vibes, okay?
That's literally the only difference between Soviet communism and the monarchy is everyone's still trying to stab each other, but one of them has a lot of brief notes on conversations they had.
And that's the monarchy.
And the other one has a ticket to go to Brazil real quick. Just in case. And Gehlen remained completely reliant on Baum, who remained in charge of the budget and seems to often have counteracted Gehlen out of spite. From German historian Thomas Wolff's article, The Origins of the BND, quote, the supply of resources caused similar tensions, as illustrated by Gehlen's rather grotesque battle for a car.
For a car?
Yeah.
What kind of car? Do we know?
Yeah. They're asking the real questions.
Yeah.
Hitherto, only the information group had a car. Apparently one singular car
for 2,000 employees.
Oh my god.
So in mid-September,
Every single one.
even
car.
for
I was about to say
Clown car is this? They're all just like,
2,000 Nazis in a car.
Oh my
Amazing.
god.
Cirque du Soleil got nothing on this shit. We packed, that's a Mr. Beast challenge. We packed 2,000 Nazis into this car. The last one to get out gets $150,000 in spy money.
Oh fuck, I hate that I would watch the fuck out of that video. Oh, I would watch it. Come on, that would be impossible not to look at.
That's how he got his name. He just read the first page of this script.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
He was a
like-
beast.
Callback. Well done. That's why we have you guys on.
I really want that to be the origin story now, because I don't think there is an origin story for Mr. Beast.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So continuing with the quote. So in mid-September, Gehlen requested a car for the evaluation section. Baum, whose authorization was needed for larger requests such as this, refused, saying simply, quote, don't have a spare one. 4 weeks later, Baum became more amenable to the idea and promised the car would arrive in the coming days. Gehlen then decided that, quote, as a matter of principle and for psychological reasons, the car should be made available to him alone. 12 days later, a car did arrive at the warehouse, but it could not be driven yet.
Wait, sorry. For psychological reasons, he needs to have his own car?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
same,
that's a Nazi-ass excuse.
Also, what kind of
German.
What kind of ship of thieves car is this? Where it's like it's a car, but you can't drive it. You have to keep taking away parts.
Well, continuing the quote, F. Gehlen, batteries still missing.
No! Oh
this
my
is the
god.
pettiest relationship.
This is the odd couple, but for Nazi Germany spies.
This is the Logan's Heroes or Hogan's Heroes.
Logan's Run and Hogan's Heroes. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. This is the one that we needed, but we didn't know we deserved.
Stalag 13 got a reboot.
Let's call Netflix. They'll be like, we will make this sitcom.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Turn all the characters black and lesbian. It's gold.
Yeah, I would watch that.
I actually would watch that version too. That actually does. They don't have the balls actually to do that.
Black lesbian Nazis, and it's also a historical drama. Like that's Bridgerton shit.
Isn't that what got one of the AI generators into trouble recently?
All right.
That is AI generated. This whole thing feels AI generated.
It's true though.
No, I'm telling you, one of these days, I really think it'd be funny if you just did a whole podcast episode, but none of it was real.
Yeah,
it was all fake
episode.
history.
That's not a bad idea. I will do it when you don't think about it.
I will always be thinking about it, is the problem.
Baun was supposed to bring the missing battery back from his next trip to Heidelberg. What the fuck? You needed to grab it from a different city? A car battery?
From Heidelberg, of all places.
Yeah.
Like, that's just such a random ass place to leave your battery. But it's also fucking gorgeous, just like the suffering
He just
cottage.
wanted a free trip to Heidelberg.
He just wanted a free trip to Heidelberg,
Yeah.
basically.
But nothing seems to have come of this.
Are you guys shocked that there was a shortage of parts in post-war Germany?
Okay, fair. Fair. Especially for high-end stuff like a car battery. Fair.
Fuck, I didn't even think about that.
Where has all our manufacturing gone?
And what is not being bombed by the Allies? The fucking Russians are disassembling right now.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
Gehlen was soon trying to arrange a car by other means. Vessel's journey includes more accounts of such unpleasantries, including a long fight for a typewriter. Spies!
You gotta be
You need
fucking
to
kidding.
type shit down.
They're fighting over it like tug of war.
Oh, that's
like
so hilarious. Yeah, not my typewriter. No, that's mine. Oh,
Mom,
so good.
Mom said it's my turn with the company car.
Okay, you can play with the car, but he has to get the typewriter. Okay?
Yeah, sharing. Yeah.
It's like dial-up internet.
Did Hitler never teach you about sharing?
I kind of did it though. Like, they kind of just took everything.
Baun's unwillingness to cooperate with his American superiors eventually led to his downfall, as the much more compliant Gehlen was made the head of Rusty in February 1947. Baun was no longer part of the organization's leadership, though he remained an employee until October 1949, when he was fired for embezzling funds only 2 years before his death from cancer.
Yeah, sorry, whose death is this again?
Baun, the other shithead, yeah.
Okay.
So that guy is dead now.
Well, he's
Nice.
fired for embezzling, but this whole organization is just taking money and doing whatever the fuck they want with it. Like,
They really pinned
like,
it all on this guy.
Yeah, you have to be really bad at embezzling.
We
He
built this
literally
organization.
did, like, the sacks with money with dollar signs on it thing where he walks out of the office. Just walking this money.
Only reason
It needs some fresh air.
Only reason he got caught is because he dropped the typewriter.
That's company property. What are you doing? Samuel Bossart, representative of the Central Intelligence
This
Group.
getaway car won't start.
Baun! Soon to be known as the Central Intelligence Agency.
Fucking knew it.
Hopefully those guys won't show up again in this story. Commented in March 1947, quote, "At this stage, this organization is considered by G2 EUCOM, that's the European Command, to be its most dependable and prolific source of information on Russian military intentions and strength."
This bullshit machine we built is really good at giving us bullshit.
They just be putting anyone in charge of anything these days.
Grade A bullshit. Like, it's like the FDA approved of this bullshit.
They would literally rather put any white man with
Yes.
with zero qualifications over just a person who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And also,
They would literally rather have Nazi scientists at this point
Yeah.
than woman scientists,
Yeah, I
a la
know.
Hedy Lamarr.
yeah, and a radical Nazi that radicalizes your own people.
You literally have a Hydra situation on your
Yeah, this
hands.
is Hydra.
They're like, but
That's-
he's motivated, you know? Like, he works hard, you know?
He's a
Yeah,
go-getter.
passionate.
He's
Yeah,
a
I like
go-getter.
that.
Not so much a team player, but, we're America. We can look over that.
Team playing is communism.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly.
You have the ball, you crush everybody else. It's the truth. Oh my god. Yes, there has to be a dodgeball too, but with the whole young adult fighting for your life aspect.
The Hunger Games.
Yes, Hunger Games / dodgeball.
Oh, that's called the Maze Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
isn't that I thought that was Logan's Run for some reason.
No, Logan's Run is you turn 30 and you get die.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
No old people.
Running Man. Are we just naming dystopian movies?
Running Man would be more appropriate. Yeah, Logan's Running Man. Now that is a story.
All right, let's keep reading.
Good. Thank you for being the voice of reason in this Nazi podcast.
You know it's bad when I have to be the voice.
It's a podcast about the Nazis.
Right.
It's not a Nazi podcast.
Thank you for
Gallagher
catching me.
found
That
on
was-
Nazi podcast.
Finally, we're in the news.
Guys, I read this thing called 10 Rules for Life, and it's really changed the way I look at things.
Oh my God, you're pulling a Matt Rife right now.
Have you guys heard of this guy called Ben Shapiro? He's amazing.
All right. During the course of that year, this most reliable ally of the United States, whose employees would go on to consist of about 10 to 20% Nazi war criminals, may contain
May contain Nazi war
10 to
criminals.
20% is like a large.
so many.
That is a fucking
large
lot.
If
number.
it's 2,000 employees, that's 200 to 400
Dead-
people being Nazi war criminals.
Dead ass, that is to the statistics exactly what happens in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's kind of scary, actually. I'm like, Jesus.
Did Marvel just fucking copy this?
I think they just did. You know, like, what else? How else would you explain that? That's such a like.
Also, all the abbreviations, Rusty, fuck, yeah, it's all like
Rusty fuck.
Rusty
That's my
fuck.
favorite.
That sounds like.
All right,
Rusty fuck and John Arbuckle. Those are my favorite characters in this story so far.
Oh,
Bring
fuck.
back Martha Harry with the rusty fuck, you know. That's what I want to see.
Google that in Pornhub later.
HBO Go, you know.
Grew too big for its old headquarters and found a new one in what used to be the Rudolf Hess Siedlung in Pullach, formerly a housing area for the upper echelons of the NSDAP, just outside of Munich. Oh, they're moving into their old place again. How
Aw.
nice. I used to kill right over there. Oh.
The stain's still on the wall.
That's dark.
I'm sorry. Has the Nazi podcast been a bunch of like light and flowers so far?
Actually, up until now, weirdly has been.
We've been talking about Garfield. We've been talking about
Weirdly enough.
Snoopy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the peanuts are great. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
rusty
a goofy,
fuck. Come on.
Rusty fuck. This is a goofy ass World War II podcast. The fuck is this?
Oh shit. Moving on December the 6th, they affectionately called their new home Nikolaus.
What is it with these fucking names? I swear to God, Suffering Cottage
Nikolaus, yeah.
and Nikolaus, like fucking Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yep, because it's December 6th. Ah.
That's terrible. That's a name that ages immediately.
Nickel House.
Oh, that would be
Stop.
better.
Is that a
That
Jewish
would be
reference?
I thought that was what the joke was.
No, but that would have been
No,
better.
I hope not.
No, it's
I will be so
Nikolaus.
You
upset.
said it with age, so I was trying to think they moved in near Christmas, like Nickel
No,
Nickel House.
it's
That makes-
Nikolaus.
that-
But Nico House would be so much funnier.
Oh, no, I'm just missing. I thought that's what you were saying. I hate,
No.
You should do Punch Up for the Nazis.
I hate myself right now.
I think maybe they named it that. There's just some bitch named Nicole living there. And they came in there, they're like, Nicole Aus. Like, whatever. Like,
From here, the intelligence gathering on the Soviet Air Force in what would become East Germany would make a significant contribution to the success of the Berlin airlift of 1948 to 1949. So they are actually doing semi-useful work. In October 1948, James Critchfield, by now chief of the CIA's Karlsruhe base, was instructed to write a report on Rusty that would help determine the organization's future, a report that included the following lines, quote, "Another important consideration is that Rusty has closest ties with ex-German general staff officers throughout Germany. If, in the future, Germany is to play any role in a Western European alliance, this is an important factor. The issue then appears to be whether from a national viewpoint it is desirable for the US to completely relinquish control of the resurgent Abwehr, a nucleus of a future German general staff which has been nurtured for 3 years by the US occupation forces." Nurtured. That's a nice word.
Yes.
That is.
Oh, my baby Nazi. Oh, come here. You want a bottle of funding? Oh.
That used to be the fatherland, if you remember. This must be so humiliating for our guy Rusty Fuck. Oh.
Mr. Gehlen, yeah?
Mr. Gehlen, yeah. I like Rusty Fuck better, though.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a rusty fuck.
Yeah.
As most of the people who are involved in this story right now. As might be expected, the Yanks decided to keep their pet Nazis rather than put them out to pasture. And control over the Gehlen Organization was transferred from the US Army to the CIA. On the first... Oh,
yep, that's where...
Great change of management.
Yeah.
I'll
Meet the new boss. Same as the old boss.
Literally just puts on a different hat.
Yeah, literally. All roads lead to the CIA.
On the 1st of July 1949, a good 5 weeks after the formation of the Federal Republic of Germany, the organization's codename likewise changed from Rusty to Zipper. Gehlen's inspirations went far beyond being a utility, his codename.
His codename was Utility.
Yeah.
That is the fucking...
In bold letters, all in bold.
It's the worst code name.
It is the worst code name, and also
Utility.
screams insecurity if they have to put it in all bold, so that people aren't confused. Because that's a terrible fucking name. Because then you just think you're talking about like I don't know, an app on your phone. They don't have that, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about a department.
Can you look up utility for me real quick? He's in the closet.
But utility, like, also quite ironic of a name. He's really
He's
all
bad at his job, yeah.
No, but he's quite, for someone who's bad at his job, he's quite funny with the names.
Right.
Suffering Cottage.
Right,
What was
yeah.
the other one?
There were a
Nickel
few.
House.
Nickel House.
I like Nickel House a lot.
Utility sounds like a
Rusty.
shitty stripper name to me, though. Like,
Oh,
like,
it does,
like
yeah.
Fail Felicity, you know, like.
No, it's
They
a
call me
Next up on
Utility.
stage, utility.
utility is a stripper with bras that are just made entirely out of old iPhones or like
Jewish
copper
stars.
from a mine from like an African mine where they a cobalt mine. That's,
Oh,
what I'm thinking of. That's utility.
Oh, absolutely.
Welcome, I'm Utility. Welcome to my suffering house. You're going to enjoy the night.
All right. Quote.
Suffering Cottage.
In 1949, Gehlen had developed a centralized foreign intelligence service without a government. Always great to have.
He's done more with less. Let's be real.
He's built a foreign intelligence service that has no government. Is that what you just said?
Yep.
So he's a freelance
Is that
spy.
Also, yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Isn't that also like
That's
the
a mercenary.
plot of the fucking what are the gentlemen's the British
The ones
gentlemen?
growing,
James
the
Bond?
ones growing marijuana.
No.
Oh,
no.
These are
not
very
that one.
different
No, not
movies
that
that we're
one.
describing.
I know the one you mean. This is great. This is great content.
Are you talking about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
No, we're not talking about that.
I know
Said
the one.
gentlemen.
It's got Colin Firth in it.
Yes.
Not Tinker Tailor.
The Kingsman.
Kingsman.
It's King's Speech, but yeah.
No, that's the other one.
That has Colin Firth in it.
I know
It's a British
great
movie.
pull.
Every single one of them has Colin Firth in it. He's that good of an actor, even if you think he's not in it, he's in it.
Yeah, there's Colin Firth, second and last.
That's terrible.
Jesus Christ.
But also quite confusing for Colin Firth's career that he's in The King's Men and The King's Speech.
True. Yeah.
They should have thought about that. His agent should have thought
We
about
should
that.
close up the trilogy. Right?
Yeah, true. The
The king's dead now. Thank you.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
the King's
monarchy.
Mafia.
Well, not yet, but give the cancer some time.
Yeah.
All right. From the very beginning of CIA trusteeship, Gehlen did everything possible and was trying by all means to fulfill his dream to transform his organization into a German foreign intelligence service under a German government. Already in fall 1949, he contacted influential individuals in the Adenauer administration and the leader of the oppositional Social Democratic Party, Kurt Schumacher. He did this apparently without prior consultation with the CIA. No wonder that CIA asked him to abstain from political activities in Bonn and declared that the future status of the survey was the responsibility of American authorities. Nevertheless, Gehlen, determined as he was in affairs which he considered essential, continued his course, leading to tensions with CIA, which, however, never reached the point of seriously endangering the CIA trusteeship or his own position.
Sorry, can I just quickly say the workplace gossip must be insane.
At a spy agency?
At the CIA. Like, no, I'm just thinking about the person who brings all this information to historians. I'm like, I wish I could have been there for that bitching session.
Oh, yeah.
Get this, we had to tell him not to do political shit in the place that we just sent him to spy. This is just incompetence on another level. You believe
Why can't you trust these Nazis?
Why can't you trust these Nazis?
I know, that's crazy. But anyway, how was your weekend?
Yes, how was your weekend? This is water cooler talk, for real. For the CIA, I want to be a fly on that wall so bad.
Amazing. Gehlen's contacting of the new West German government apparently included a speaker note for the FRG's first chancellor, Konrad Adenauer, from 17th October 1949. Quote, "At the end of the war, the question arose how the struggle for the preservation of Christian culture could be continued."
Let's keep this bullshit going.
Nice. A few weeks earlier, on the 30th of September, Gehlen had expressed his dislike of the Nuremberg trials.
Oh.
I didn't like those too much. I thought, you guys were a little harsh or something.
I know those guys.
Yeah, my buddy.
We spied on each other for 3 weeks.
I spied him so hard.
I'm just like, do tell us more about how you dislike the Nuremberg trials.
I spied with my little brown eye. Yes, we will.
I like it that none of this is raising flags for the CIA.
Yeah, the CIA is like, cool, dude.
I really hate the Nuremberg trials. Well, I'm glad this guy's on our side.
Wait, though, they must have known he was a Nazi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, of course they know he's a Nazi,
Yeah.
but, like, I'm just saying that, like...
What are the red flags? Like, they knew that he would feel some... They must have known that he'd feel some type of way about the
That's
Nuremberg
true, that's true.
trials.
That is relatable, yeah. That is literally Gehlen winning over the fucking Americans right now. You must empathize with me, right? Come on.
The only red flags you should see are the communists over there.
It's literally like Torero. Like, here's the bull.
Torero, Bolero.
Yeah, it's all in there, yeah.
I'd be a great spy.
Describing them as having, quote, the character of a political measure directed unilaterally against Germany with the goal of a defamation of the former elites.
I'm sorry, what political shit is he doing in Bonn? That's what I don't understand. Is he getting involved in...
Just by reaching out to these parties and these politicians.
They shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
I see, okay.
That's already
That's not
too
very
much.
sneaky. If you're being a spy and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
how you guys doing?
Yeah.
You want to talk to me?
Future Chancellor, want to talk? Want to chat? Yeah.
You want to just speak real nice into this cigarette packet placing here for no reason?
Yeah. So what do you think about the Jews? Yeah, exactly.
1 2 1 2 1 2 check, Mr. Chancellor.
Yeah, exactly. You want to incriminate yourself real quick?
I hate to say it, but I feel like that would still work. Like, I feel like they would absolutely say yes to that.
So for the one time the CIA actually did something right was just basically
to
like
get an
spray him with a water bottle, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I feel like they still would have they would have gotten that information from. I think he kind of would have been right to gain the information from them. I think they would just say yes to talking to him.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's right after the war. Like you just say anything, but whereas American.
Yeah, but it's
on it. You just say yes to it.
It's obviously too conspicuous. I get that, but I still think that they would have talked to him anyway.
Right. Gehlen's admiration for said former elites also showed in his dreams for his own organization. According to German historian Gerhard Selter, he wanted to, quote, merge foreign intelligence, domestic intelligence, and political police with executive powers into one agency that he would run.
It sounds like a round 2 or something.
This is the Reichssecurity main office, plain and simple.
I just want to do the Holocaust this time.
This time it will be run right and correctly.
Yeah, that was the only thing that was really stopping Hitler.
I was promised a little Holocaust as a treat.
Mom said I could do a little Holocaust before.
So this is a domestic intelligence organization, and what was the list again? One more time.
Merge for that's
foreign?
He wanted to.
Okay.
We'll see if he succeeds, but he wanted to merge foreign intelligence, domestic intelligence. You know, the two things you want to keep separate normally.
Super.
And political police.
And political police
with executive power.
Executive power. He wants to make himself a state.
Yeah.
Literally.
I want all the power, please.
He's
This
I
is the
want to
power
be,
of manifesting, man. This is like the white girl, the 20-year-old white girl before 20-year-old white girls, dude.
Hey, 20-year-old white girls could literally be Judge Dredd if they just put their mind to it. They could be judge, jury, and executioner. That's what this guy's trying to be, effectively. He wants to put all of the secret police like he wants the same level of power in the U.S. Army as like your local police officer.
Basically, yeah. You want that Franz with the gun just can walk up to a communist and just shoot him in the head and just dump him in a river.
That's actually insane.
I'm so glad that never happened.
Well,
Yeah.
Gehlen's desire to legalize his organization under the West German government was fully supported by the CIA.
What does that mean, legalize the government?
Well, you're not allowed to have a domestic spying agency that's also a foreign spying agency inside your own country operating. That's kind of illegal.
So they're just like, just say I can do it.
Exactly. And the CIA was like, go ahead.
Please do.
Have some money.
Just say yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
No
crazy.
doubt in large part due to the advantage of having close ties to West German intelligence, while the British were strongly opposed. For once.
Did we do something right?
Yeah. On
history?
accident.
The guy ticked the wrong box. He got some smoke in his eye and he was just like, oh, fuck, god damn it.
Can't change that
I
now.
spilled some tea on the form.
I hate Nazis. I hate Nazis. That's what it says.
I thought you were actually about to read it for a second. That's how good you got me.
Again, political considerations were probably at the forefront. The Brits wanting their own dude, Otto John, in charge. Why are
Otto
all
John?
guys made
Otto
out of
John.
first names here?
That's
Otto John.
Otto John.
Otto John sounds like that guy definitely got in from Germany. And they were like,
Otto.
what's your name? My name is Otto John.
This is
John Smith? Otto John Smith.
Otto John Smith.
This is the Fast and Furious sequel that we didn't know we needed. Was Otto John.
That was the first draft of the Autobahn.
Otto John.
Otto John. It's all in Germany. It all takes place on the fucking Autobahn.
Oh, Otto John, inventor of the
Otto
Automotor.
John on the Autobahn, man.
What is a Kraftwerk song? What is happening?
That would actually.
Otto John on the Autobahn.
Oh, shit.
God damn,
All
I
right.
would listen the fuck out of that.
To be fair to the British, John was a Lufthansa lawyer. That's
Wait,
a thing?
What's fair about this?
Huh?
That you-
Lufthansa.
Yeah, I know what Lufthansa is. I'm sorry, I don't understand what's fair about that.
Oh, to be fair to the British, John was a Lufthansa lawyer and one of the conspirators who tried to assassinate Hitler on the 20th
Oh, I
of
see. Okay.
July 1944. All right.
I feel like
Okay,
you should have
okay,
led with
okay,
that.
okay.
Like,
Fair.
the Lufthansa lawyer is not
Yeah, exactly.
relevant.
That's why it threw me for a loop.
Yeah, not the most important thing in his resume.
Yeah, certainly not the most relevant to
Like,
this
man
specific
was
situation.
a lawyer for Lufthansa, and he tried to assassinate Hitler. But we don't talk about that.
What did?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the British, so they're like, that's
Yeah.
a faux pas.
Yeah, painter and guy who tried to kill Ronald Reagan. I don't know his name, but that's where I would say his name.
Actor and man who killed Lincoln.
Yeah.
Stagecoach, robber, and also dictator of Russia for 20 years. Potato. No potato.
Okay, go on.
Yes.
Say other words now.
Take me a second.
Rather than a representative of Prussian militarism and member of Hitler's general staff who regularly and deliberately hired from former Gestapo and SS men. So that's our two choices is kind of an okay dude for trying to kill Hitler and definitely the worst dude ever. And then CIA is like, worst dude ever. We want the worst dude ever, please.
That's
He's
just
not been the worst dude ever. We killed a bunch of the worst dudes. He's just the worst dude remaining.
that's
That's like if the flu takes out like the top 5 players, and then you have another guy who's like MVP.
no. That's you guys don't understand. That's literally what the U.S. elections are.
Oh, that
literally-
is so sad and true.
It's guys, stop laughing. This is our real lives. It's not very funny when it's us.
Well, speaking about you, John would become the first head of the Bundesamt für Verfassungsschutz, the federal office for the protection of the Constitution. These guys are put in charge of this shit. It's so good.
What does this have to do with us?
Well, it's just the CIA fucking.
Oh, okay.
mucking
More
about.
American bullshit.
Yeah. In 1950. So, you got a nice
sounds
pronoun.
about right.
So, John still made out nicely, you know. The Gehlen Organization, meanwhile, continued its journey to becoming a federal institution, while also being involved in a side hustle of smuggling Nazis, including Alois Brunner, into Arab countries, primarily Egypt and Syria, as those Arab nations were, after the formation of the State of Israel, desperately looking for experts in killing Jews. That's a nice wrinkle I didn't know about.
Oh, no.
Is that fucking true? Is that actually?
Can this be the most evil guy we've ever met? Did you know that any of this has happened before?
I'm just wondering, like, where you put that on your resume if you're applying for jobs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, on your LinkedIn profile.
Really
Yeah.
good at holocausting people.
Oh, my God.
My resume between 1938 and 1945 speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Syria, give me all of your money. You will make less money than with America, though.
The Egyptians are like, look, what you did is horrible. However,
Yeah,
we're
the
willing.
way you did it was kind of fabulous.
Can't argue.
You kinda
game,
ate.
recognized game.
And we would like to buy some of that game, please, if we could.
I feel like this is just the dream job of our subject of Gehlen, ideally, because I mean he's just doing everything except actually killing the Jews.
Yeah, he just let other people do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dream job.
He's the facilitator of murder.
If he was more honest, then he would be with Egypt right now.
Right. Oh, if he like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like in his
No, he's an
dreams-
opportunist through and through.
Yeah, but he's like, oh well, the opportunity to get more money versus the opportunity to pursue my art form of killing Jewish people. That's how they're treating this.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
He's like,
You have a great
what about
skill
my
set."
dreams?
Yeah. Oh shit. None of this hindered the Gehlen Organization's march towards full legitimacy in any way. Quote, in May 1951, John J. McCloy, the US High Commissioner for Germany, suggested to German Chancellor Konrad Adenauer that the later discussed this prospect of transferring control over the organization to the FRG with Gehlen so that the political framework would be in place as soon as the Allied occupation ended. As the CIA expanded its own operational capacities in Germany in the early 1950s, the importance of the Gehlen Organization as an intelligence service dwindled. At the same time, though, the Gehlen Organization gained political significance as a future partner. Paradoxically, this was reflected in the attempts of CIA staff in Pullach to exert more control over the organization. For a long time, the CIA had extensive and in-depth knowledge of operations, structures, and personnel in Pullach. Its knowledge of the Gehlen Organization's internal workings was a major reason why the Americans continued to provide support for the organization despite its many flaws. Look, it's shit, but it kinda somehow works if you squint at it. So let's keep going.
Yeah, that's again all you gotta do is say I hate communists.
Yeah.
They'll just keep giving
Yeah.
you money forever.
Yeah, if you don't say that you smuggle Nazis. What have you having in that pack? Just nothing.
Why is your bag Zeke Heiling?
Zipper! It's called zipper! The zipper goes up. Oh my god, shit. If they had insisted on creating a new German intelligence service, they would have lost such insight. Realizing this, the Gehlen Organization naturally resisted such interventions. Following the CDU-CSU's federal election victory in September 1953 and the failure of the European Defense Community in August 1954, it had become evident that responsibility for the Gehlen Organization would soon be transferred to the West German government. So from 1953 to 1954 onward, the CIA increasingly tried to avoid conflicts. Thus, despite growing doubts about Gehlen's competence, doubts expressed in drastic terms in some internal correspondence, CIA staff in Pullach were instructed to limit their efforts to exert greater control lest the agency's relationship with a future German foreign intelligence service be damaged.
This is the most boring shit talking I've ever heard. This is the most boring gossip.
Yeah, but literally we can't fuck with them because in the future they might be pissed at us and not share info with us.
They should have thought about that before hiring Nazis to be their informants.
It's almost like it's a flawed idea.
Yeah.
And
They're
they were,
so pernickety, these guys.
and these Nazis, they can't shut the fuck up, you know? They can send us a new doctrine. So much work. Ugh.
Yeah, I feel like Nazis would be the worst informants because they would just clog your complaint box.
Oh, the emails. Gehlen's
The
outbox.
emails, the notification, the memos would just be the most insane shit. I'm sorry, like you could say that this is just because like they're Nazis, but also it's the inner German.
Oh yeah,
just
yeah.
loves to complain.
No. This is hand in hand shaking here. Yeah,
This is hand in hand shaking right here.
Yeah. When a whole bunch of Gehlen's agents were arrested by the Stasi in November and December 1953, he was questioned on the internal security of his organization by members of the Bundestag, but managed to portray the cobbled-together structure involuntarily inherited from Baum as a planned feature integral to the organization's security. No, it's a feature. It's not a bug. We'll fix it in post. Like this.
Yeah.
Though his arguments are not very convincing in hindsight, with Heinz Felfe, who joined in 1951, spending about a decade successfully spying for the Russians, he did apparently manage to assuage the doubts of the West German government. Thomas Wolff, for one, thinks such confidence was singularly misplaced. Quote, "It is more likely that the system helped double agents like Felfe to go undetected, as they were able to justify the security breaches by referring to higher undisclosed missions." Other intelligence agencies and similar organizations also relied, and indeed continue to rely, on strict siloing as a security measure. But the early BND was unique in its unreflective, dogmatic use of siloing to avoid oversight, criticism, and legal regulation.
This guy's a persuasive genius, though. I'm not gonna lie.
He can talk, apparently. Yeah.
I mean,
like.
sorry, no, you
I'll say, I think just as an American, I like that kind of unbridled confidence. I would throw
yes,
a lot of money there.
that's true.
That's why the CIA loves him.
Yeah, so
because he's just a great shit talker.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's part of the job as a Nazi, is you either have to be willing to snitch or just willing to talk shit. you know?
Right. True.
You gotta be a shady bitch one way or another, you know? The Nazis, they were quite shady.
Pretty shady, I believe.
Yeah,
Pretty shady.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're such petty bitches. Like Regina George is here.
Yeah, truly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Regina George is the
She would be a great informant, though. Could you imagine?
or double agent.
Or just the head of, like, misinformation.
Mein Kampf as a burn book. Like,
Literally. That's in burn immediately. We're at Nuremberg. We need the evidence to go away.
this Hitler will self-destruct in 15 seconds.
I'm just saying, if fucking Regina George would run the Third Reich, we'd be in a different place right now.
Oh, shit. Around this time, the Stasi also planned to kidnap Gehlen, going so far as to purchase a house near his, with ideal dates for the kidnapping already established before the operation was abruptly abandoned in the summer of 1955.
They bought a property
I know. That's
just
like,
to kidnap somebody?
that's the most millennial sentence I've ever heard in my time. They bought a house.
For not living in it?
No, end of sentence.
Yeah.
Bought a house, exactly. I'm never going to be able to afford that.
That's why the movie We Bought a Zoo Bomb. So unrealistic, yeah. Probably for political reasons, as East and West Germany were trying to normalize relations at that time. Ah, yeah, right, 1955. Yeah, that makes sense. Before the Gehlen Organization could be officially turned into the Bundesnachrichtendienst, that's the Federal Intelligence Service, on the 1st of April, again.
Why do they keep doing this?
I like the consistency, though.
Me
you
too,
know? Like,
yeah. They got a good sense of humor, apparently. They have great instincts
Just
for
a
naming.
prank, bro.
Yeah, great instincts for naming stuff, and they keep doing it on. It's a bit. It's a recurring bit.
Yeah, now it's a bit, yeah. Please do it a third time so we have the rule of three.
If he ever gets caught out in on any issues, he'd be like, "Hey, It was April Fool's Day the whole time.
I was just joking, guys.
come
That's
on.
why he hates the Nuremberg trial. It's just because they're like, you guys could have done this too the whole time. Just do all your war crimes on April 1st.
Then it doesn't count.
And it doesn't count. And then you could just go, nuh-uh, no takesies backsies.
That would be the Austrian/German purge. Would be April 1st.
That makes it actually.
Didn't I tell you today was opposite day?
Your Honor. That war crime I didn't count. That was opposite day.
Gehlen had to answer some questions, according to Gerhard Selter. Quote, in the run-up to the takeover, the question was asked, how many incriminated people are we dealing with in your service? And Gehlen answered, 1%, all denazified, all checked, all okay. That's 4 lies. Noise.
So much confidence, too. Again,
Yeah.
going back to that American confidence. Makes sense. He's been working for them for a very long time.
Right.
At this rate.
Indeed, a full dozen of Gehlen's employees had started their career at the Gestapo office in Trier alone, while at least 5 of them had worked, if torture and murder count as work, at the nearby Hinzert concentration camp. And over 30 were members of the infamous Einsatzgruppen,
Oh my god.
whose sole purpose consisted of murdering civilians of undesirable ethnicity or creed in the conquered territories. It's also called the Holocaust by bullet.
Yeah, the Einsatzgruppen are the guys where the SS went, you guys are a bit much.
Yeah, the army never wanted to work with them. That's how fucked up they are. Because they are so crazy at murdering.
They're like, would you like to work for Blackwater?
Schwarzwasser? Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Middle East?
Apparently they already shipped him off to give him a taste.
They gave him a little taste. It was either that or Egypt, you
Little
know?
sip of Blackwater.
A little sip of Blackwater. Oh my
A
God.
tall drink of Blackwater. That's
Jesus Christ.
the Nazi catalog.
Except they really don't like the first part of that word.
Yeah.
Who did he tell that they were he was all denazified? Who did he say that to?
His own group, right?
That was like a report to the superiors.
I think it was. Yeah. So,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. And he's like, all of these guys from the Einsatzgruppen, totally cool.
No Nazis here.
So denazified.
Yeah. We de-radicalized them, guys,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah.
Then I re-radicalized him. Like turning him off and on again.
Yeah. We rebooted them, guys.
Yeah.
Okay?
They have the new operating systems where they don't shoot the whites anymore.
Like that.
The facial recognition finally works.
Hey, that truly is a feature and not a bug.
Yeah.
For once, I suppose, for these
It's
guys.
just like modern facial recognition.
Gehlen with the car. It's not a bug. Finally, I got a new car.
Can you imagine a clown car of 2,000 fucking Einsatzgruppe people? That would be the most violent car I've ever
The
seen in my
worst
life.
car ever.
Mad Max could never.
Oh, shit. One of the Trier Gestapo men was August Hill, who worked for Gehlen and the BND from 1949 to 1967.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You didn't have to say that long.
22 years after the war, he's like, no, it's time for retirement.
Yeah. I have done enough.
After his previous gig of clearing Jewish ghettos in Belarus, Friedrich Waltz, who joined the Gehlen Organization in 1951 and stuck around till 1965,
Hey, if you love your job, you don't work a day in your life.
was a member of the Geheime Feldpolizei, the secret military police, murdering people in the occupied territories. Dietmar Lehrmann, 1954 to 1965, participated in the massacre of the Polish elites, as did Heinrich Hederich. That's his real name, Heinrich Hederich, yeah.
Oh, as if Heinrich
Okay, his
Heinrich
parents
was...
have pranked him.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, as if Heinrich was more ridiculous somehow than
Oh,
the
all
other
of
thing.
them.
But they did on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, from 1955 to 1967, while Albert Schmidt, 1956 to 1964, did some court-martialing in occupied Luxembourg. Gustav Grauer, former deputy commander of Einsatzkommando 3 within Einsatzgruppe A, whose job it was to murder all the Jews in the Baltic countries, worked in the BND from 1958 to 1964.
These guys, they just can't get enough of killing
I
minorities.
love working. It is so good for the soul, you know?
Oh my god, that's so fucking.
Yep.
I don't feel well.
Yeah, this is the Nanking massacre all over again.
Yeah, I love that we're giving. I like that we're punishing our English/Scottish guests now with anything Nazi related.
Look, I want to make them feel good about the British who are coming out as the good guys here by picking up less Nazi.
Yeah, we picked the Nazi who tried to go against the other Nazi.
Yeah.
Okay, as opposed to this Nazi who, fuck.
Well, this one is a shittier Nazi.
Yeah,
Let's just put it that way.
He's just so much more of a bureaucrat. Like, I just kind of believe
Yeah.
him when he says he was just following orders.
I can't believe they were in the government until 1967.
Well, not officially because it's all spying shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that makes it worse.
Oh, yeah.
Paul. You see that makes
I know,
it worse,
I know,
Paul.
I know.
They're like, you're like, oh no, but it doesn't count. They're not on the books.
No, 1967.
This is a cash in hand kind of
these
operation.
debts you can't. It doesn't affect your credit score.
This is literally 1 year before Martin Luther King got shot.
Yeah.
They had Nazis in the government at the same time Martin Luther King was giving his "I Had a Dream" speech.
Yep. All right.
I just felt like we needed to talk about that
I know.
to make this
The context, yeah.
Yeah.
The contrast too.
also just to make you guys more depressed somehow.
Wait, who killed him again? Let's not think about it.
Nazis in the government.
Gehlen like draws up a
This
plan.
guy, rusty fucker.
Einsatzkommando 3 alone murdered over 130,000 civilians, men, women, and children during the war.
Yeah, I feel sick.
Fucking hell. 130. Like with his Einsatz group.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Look,
Just Einsatzkommando 3.
Right, well, okay,
which is
okay.
a subgroup of another thing. So there's
You got a
dozens
Suicide
of
Squad
these.
on your hands, basically.
Yeah.
An evil. Well, Suicide Squad is already kind of evil.
No, ultra evil.
Ultra evil.
Yeah.
All right.
Very bad. No, that's a horrible joke.
Do it. I can always cut it out.
No, I'm curious now.
Yeah.
You can say it afterwards.
Yeah,
after-
yeah.
If he remembers
Yeah,
afterwards.
Then, of course, there was Friedrich Panzinger.
It'd be bad if you were like a Baltic civilian and you just see like over the hill like a girl, a manic depressive girl with different color hair, and a shark in a Nazi uniform. You're
Yeah.
like, well, we're fucked, guys.
Speak for yourself. Those are my dreams.
So, then, of course, there was Friedrich Panzinger, head of the entire. His name is Panzer.
Panzer.
Like it's Friedrich Tank, yeah.
I have a feeling he likes the wrong parts of World War II.
Yeah.
Head of the entire Einsatzgruppe A, who worked for Gehlen from 1956 to 1958. All right, only
was
2
not
years.
so bad, okay.
Short employment
Yeah.
with the worst Nazi.
The gig economy. Am I right, guys?
He was
After the
Ubering.
Nazi Uber.
Ubering.
Yeah.
Stop! God damn it. That works so
Only
well.
thing I want to deliver is bagels.
With some schmear, yeah.
I can't. Okay.
Self-made schmear.
Okay, but keep reading. I have to
this
pee,
is-
and
Yes.
Me too.
We're nearly there.
we got 2 pages.
1.5, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Karl Theodor Schütz, hired by the Gehlen Organization in 1952, had joined the SS in 1931. That's early.
That's really early.
Was a member of the Einsatzgruppe 2-6, which massacred the Polish elite in 1939. And, as the Gestapo head in Rome in March 1944, was involved in the Ardetin massacre, which saw the shooting of 335 Italian civilians in retaliation for an attack on the German occupation forces in the Eternal City. Schütz is quoted as having said to his comrades, quote, "Anyone who doesn't shoot can stand next to them and I'll shoot him myself."
Jesus.
There's not really a funny joke there.
No, that's just the worst middle management.
Yeah.
This is a shift at Wendy's.
I mean,
You don't make these fries, I will shoot you myself.
You got time to lean, you got time to clean, all right?
That's so terrible.
yeah, I don't know if you guys knew, but the U.S. is actually inspired to train their McDonald's employees by the Nazis.
Gehlen wrote the handbook.
Wrote the handbook. That's actually in the handbook. If you don't do what I tell you to do, I will kill you.
Oh my god. So the thing is, I read before I picked this for Ben to research. I read 2 sentences, and they were already like, all right, it's Nazis, spying shit, and post-war Germany. It can only be bad.
Yeah.
But I had no fucking idea. Like,
you didn't?
The extent, 10 to 20%. And even after they cleaned it up, and the extent of people that should have been also part of the Nuremberg trials and just straight up should have been hanged, especially the Einsatzgruppen people, all of those should have been gone.
First I thought you were saying, I'm surprised to learn that a Nazi committed war crimes.
No, I'm not surprised by any of that stuff, but what I'm surprised is by it is so fucked up.
Yeah.
All right. Naturally, to be able to get all these vermin into federal service with him, Gehlen employed the help of another Jew murderer, Heinz-Georg Neumann. Neumann, who had worked as an administrative officer in the civil administration of the General Government of Poland, had complained in 1942, quote, "Even though the population agrees with the liquidation of the Jews, it would surely be more appropriate to conduct it in a less sensational and offensive manner."
Guys, don't be so loud about it.
Yeah, guys, can we keep the genocide down a little bit?
Yeah,
a little bit. The
Some of
neighbors.
us after 10 p.m.
Yeah, some of us have work in the morning.
to genocide some more.
The neighbors are complaining, and we cannot have that. They tried bribing us last time.
Willst du das Strafgeld zahlen, ja oder nein? He had already gathered experience in Bavaria with getting war criminals back into public service on a state level. Now, in 1956, he was made deputy personal manager of the newly established BND and succeeded in keeping almost all of Gehlen's employees using false claims that they had been forcefully drafted. According to Selter, Neumann, quote, was also one of those people who never understood that the Holocaust was in any way a crime. Not even remotely.
Excuse me?
Just one of those guys, come on,
What do you mean you didn't know it was a crime to kill people?
On an industrial level.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. How do you, on
Guys,
a person...
I'm sorry. Some people like Seinfeld. Some people like Ellen DeGeneres. I just don't get it, okay? In this case, I just don't get why it's a crime, okay? We're allowed to have different opinions.
Look, just because you want your totalitarian dictator to be a blonde lesbian doesn't mean that I want that for my country.
Yada, yada, yada. I love the Sub-Nazi episode. Still, his efforts would likely have been in vain if not for Hans Globke, one of the main perpetrators behind the Nazis' racist laws, and thus the Holocaust, and now Chancellor Adenauer's right-hand man. He helpfully neglected to look into the BND's personal files, and the BND in turn made sure that Adolf Eichmann did not implicate Globke during his trial. The BND also helped Adenauer and the German conservatives by spying on the leadership of the Social Democratic Party for years.
Yeah, they tend to do that.
Yep. And that never happened again.
Yes. And will never happen again in the future.
Yep.
Everything's cool now.
Yep.
It was only through
democracy doing great.
I just love that so much of the fascist playbook has not changed, where they're just like,
nothing.
no, we will just infiltrate the anarchist groups anyway.
But also that we haven't learned from it at all.
No, not even a little bit.
No.
Not even a little bit. So ancient, these plays.
Yeah, because it makes a few people very, very rich.
Yeah, basically.
And that is good enough.
Yep.
I think, especially if they give you some of the money to help them become
For
more
bullshit?
rich. Yeah, to become more rich.
Right. Yeah. No, that definitely greases the wheels.
Yeah.
It was only through Felfa's exposure as a double agent in 1961 that serious investigation into the BND's personnel was finally conducted in 1963. Of 150 checked BND employees, 71 were laid off.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry,
Laid off.
How many
Most
did they
of
look
them
into?
simply sent into early retirement.
We're going to give you a 3-month severance pay and
And the pension.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But don't genocide again.
Don't get caught genociding again.
Yeah,
That's the crime here. It's getting
Also,
caught.
here is a ticket to Egypt.
Or Argentina.
Yeah. Whatever you prefer,
Yeah.
Whatever language you can pick up faster. Schütz, who'd enthusiastically helped murdering 335 Italians in 1944, was dismissed without pay. Aww.
Oh, poor little guy.
Feeling unjustly treated,
Oh God.
he went to court
No.
and was awarded
No.
70,000 Deutsche Mark in the end, which in today's money, I'm making the mental calculation here, 35,000 euros, 70,000, like 100,000 euros.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Unfairly
Christ.
laid off for genocide.
Wrongful termination is literally
suing.
his MO.
I'm so mad that that's so
you.
clever.
That is very clever.
That's clever, but I hate you. Just like I
Welcome
hate.
to Gehlen and his world.
But he's not clever at all. He's just kind of dumb. He just keeps.
But he never gets caught, never gets punished.
Yeah, but that's not a sign that he was good at it. That's just a sign that nobody cared about the genocide happening.
Many others continued to work for the BND.
Jesus Christ.
Helmut Schreiber, for example, who was one of the commanders responsible for the slaughter of an entire French village of 642 people, Oradour-sur-Glane, was never persecuted and worked for the BND from 1957 to 1980.
Oh my
Are
god.
you fucking joking?
That's a new fucking record. Oh my God. 1980. That means, okay.
He saw the end of disco.
The death of disco, yeah.
We saw the birth and death of an entire subgenre of music that was created by and for black people. And
Oh,
they
he
let
must
it
have hated livid.
livid. He's like, I didn't like jazz beforehand.
And this is worse.
And this is black and gay. We can't have both.
I do not approve of people staying alive.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah, it's
That's good.
fantastic.
That's fucking good.
Fucking man. Oh shit. Reinhard Gehlen himself retired as president of the BND in 1968 and was awarded the Grand Cross of the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany, Bundesverdienstkreuz mit Stern und Schulterband, to be succeeded by his old deputy Gerhard Wessel, who led the organization until 1978. Gehlen died in 1979 in his home in Berg, Bavaria, on the shores of Lake Starnberg. The great lake, by the way, gorgeous. Starnberg is like, they shoot like movies there to make it like really pretty picturesque. So yeah,
So he got what he was coming to. I'm glad to hear it.
Switzerland gave women the right to vote before they let go of this Nazi. I need that to be on the record real quick.
that is a great.
That's very good.
Women were also granted the ability to have credit cards.
Our
Before
Swiss
the-
cheese might have some holes in it, but this is a leaking fucking cauldron.
I just feel like that needs to be pointed out.
It's
a little
just
bit.
Nazis slipping through our fingertips. I can't catch them all.
It's because my hands are so full of gold.
Where did it come from?
Don't ask it. Don't ask it.
They would literally rather let a Nazi be in control of things than let women do anything.
Oh,
Dudes would rather genocide an entire population but instead of going to therapy.
there we go. That's the name of the episode, by the way.
Actually, please, can that be the name?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The BND has in recent years finally worked through its difficult past. A commission of independent historians that were granted access to BND files, providing much of the information in this episode.
All the shit talking.
In 2019, it also finally moved out of the old headquarters in Pullach. You know, the previous NSDAP
Yeah.
hangout spot? Yeah, and into its new home in Berlin. The BND headquarters, completed in 2017, stands as the world's largest intelligence headquarters, being slightly bigger than the CIA headquarters in Langley.
That's a flex, though.
It's also, perhaps fittingly, one of the ugliest buildings I've ever had the displeasure to see a picture of.
We need to put a
And
picture.
that was Ben's story of the Operation Gehlen. Well done, Ben.
Very good, Ben.
That was fucking fantastic.
That was
a
great.
crazy ride.
Sorry,
Sorry.
no, ironically, the worst of the names is just his own. He came
Yes.
up with all the best
Gehlen,
names for
yeah,
things.
Yes. Yeah.
So he died
just happy.
Happy in his bed.
Yeah. Being content in the fact that he saved so many Nazis' lives.
Next to a beautiful lake.
Yeah.
That's
What year did he die again?
horrifying. 1979, did you say?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
79. Oh my god.
Yeah, so he was 77 or something like that.
He's literally Thanos.
Yeah.
He's literally, he just
Yeah.
gets to sit at home.
Yeah.
So it still exists then, the BND.
Yeah, the BND is a real thing. Again, they have...
It's like MI5 or MI6 with the CIA. or
Exactly,
something
yeah,
like that.
exactly. Yeah, they're spooks. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
But
once in a
somehow-
We're
while...
Nazis now, though, right?
Huh? No, those are all dead now.
Yeah, I was just, well,
But they all were Nazis. Like, imagine
Yes.
if the CIA just, was made up of, like, KKK
don't have-
members. Like,
We don't have to imagine that.
as in card-carrying, very openly KKK members. They have to lie about it now.
now.
No, it's the most important part of that sentence.
Yeah.
Until the 70s.
Until the 70s, they had to lie about it.
They had a shindig every 2 weeks with quill and capes.
Yeah. It seems like they must have had to be a little quiet about it, though. That just seems insane that they would be so willing to.
It's so blatant. Like, again,
I'm sorry,
if 10 to 20% of your employeeships are literally like, I know this guy from that fucking...
well, I mean, that's a whole hiding in
campaign.
plain sight thing, you know?
But then-
this is why Superman works.
Yeah.
But
This is why Clark Kent as
all the
Superman
Nazis
works.
just put on really thick rimmed glasses. And they're like,
That's why that was a trend in Germany in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, in America, too. It was everywhere.
They go into a phone box and just turn around a couple times, come out. Look, I'm denazified.
Guys, he
Yeah.
stopped in 1968. He retired. That means they filmed Sound of Music on location in Salzburg, where
Right.
they were not allowed to put up flags of the swastika before they let this guy stop being a fucking Nazi.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
crazy.
actually fucking insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No,
and
they-
they never let him stop being a Nazi.
They never
just
let him stop being a Nazi, but they're like, no, we don't want you to put up a swastika as a bad remembering of what we did before.
Yeah.
You will give
For
It
this
makes,
movie.
it makes us the bad feelings. Yeah.
you will give our secret police the good happy feelings.
Yeah, so many people start masturbating.
The good old days,
Yeah.
lads.
Remember when I raped all these people?
Oh,
Paul.
Paul, yeah, that's
Look, hey, it's not in there.
That's
but
what they did. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's his excuse.
No, and that's why I wanted
That's
to
also
cover this too.
Galen's
That's
Because
Galen's.
exactly.
again, I should know about this. I should know about
Yeah,
this.
you
I should have known about this from high school.
Yeah, idiot.
But I didn't. High school didn't teach me any of this shit. And that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because that's not just Germany's history, that's our history too. Because the funny thing is the österreichische Nachrichtendienst, which is very cool and super chillaxed and I have nothing against you guys. Don't do anything.
Can you explain
rash.
what that is to people who may not speak German?
They're basically just like the CIA or anything else, but they are mostly concerned with domestic stuff.
Okay.
Like
And
an
The
FBI.
FBI then.
The FBI. Yeah.
Kind of, but they don't.
with Nazis.
But they
The FBI
don't.
with-
But they don't investigate. They don't investigate anything. They do mostly corporate espionage. Like that's the most thing that
Workplace drama.
Yeah.
Gossip.
Because-
That's-
because-
The Department of
Because-
Workplace Gossip.
because espionage in Austria is legal. You're allowed to spy.
That's right.
Totally legal.
that's why
the
we're-
only thing you're not allowed to do is military style spying, where you have like guns and shit.
So they get like freelance, spying.
Yeah.
I mean, Vienna is allegedly like the spy capital of the
Yes.
Is that why
world.
nobody's out on the streets this whole time we're here? It's like,
Is that why 8 people bought tickets to our comedy show today?
all the rest were just watching through the window. Like,
Galen's son and his.
They already knew. They're like, oh, I've seen this bit before. When he was practicing in his bathroom earlier, I've seen this bit.
No, they're just lame.
Yeah.
They're just lame and they're Nazis. That's the reason why.
This has been the first time that we have a late time recording.
Yes.
So we have to go to bed.
Thank
One
you
in
very
the
much for
morning.
accommodating us. I
Yes,
really
no.
appreciate it both
Thank
of
you
you.
guys for
Thank you
coming
for
out.
finally-
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tanner. Thank you, Grant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
very much,
Where
guys.
can people find you? Now is the time to plug your shit.
You can find me on Instagram at the Grantichrist. You can find me on my website, also thegrantichrist.com.
Right on.
You can find my special on YouTube. Also,
Great special.
Also, the Grantichrist. Thank you very much. It's called Taken for Granted. You might see a pattern forming here.
Mm-hmm.
Just
He loves wordplay just as much as the Austrians do,
Yep.
which is
Yeah,
why
you
these
should
guys
work
are friends.
for the game.
The Gehlen Institute.
I mean, these are baller names.
Thank
so
you, thank you, thank you.
That's the only good thing we can say about this guy.
Just remember, for those of you watching at home, if you watch in a couple, the special, then that only counts as one view. So you need to watch as many times as there are
Yeah, just
people in the
yeah,
group.
yeah. Just fall asleep to it and have it on autoplay.
Yes, yes. That's a much better idea, Paul.
There we go.
Fake the streams. Fake the streams.
Yeah, watch time is king. And Tanner, where can people find you? What are you up to?
Just on Instagram, Tanner_LowLinguist.
All right.
And sometimes I go to McDonald's. You know, check out. You could probably find me at some restaurants like that. But
Right on.
Instagram, that's the place.
Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and see you at the next time when this will be a more chipper, upbeat topic, hopefully. Except if I'm really sadistic again, and I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm the one that's gonna have to suffer. You guys won't be there next time.
I have to suffer too. I had to suffer through this.
Oh, boo-hoo. I had to suffer because the Nazi that I picked was too depressing for our podcast. That was totally outside of my control.
Oh
I'm
no,
so
it's the
sorry.
consequences of my own actions.
Who would have ever seen this coming after starting a podcast that nobody watches?
Hey,
yeah.
don't you come onto my niche, okay? That's my niche, and I will defend it with my life.
We're stealing it. Sorry.
Truly bum
I
fights.
haven't done a podcast in 2 years, so you're welcome to. I finally gave up the ghost.
Oh, that's sad. You should do it again. Would you
Yes.
want to talk more about Nazis?
You can do the Prague version of this.
Yeah. No.
Of the Illuminati again?
I'm focusing on my online content, which is apparently this thing you can find on the tubes that you access.
Oh.
The tubes you access.
That sounded
Stop.
like
That sounded quite sexual.
yeah,
Yeah.
it sounded like pornographic.
I'm glad it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting there. Yet.
Don't say that. I gotta share a couch
I
with
don't know
you.
what it is, but the blood orange. Whew.
Yeah, it gives the kid gets you going.
There's,
Huh?
there's a reason they call it blood orange. Am I right?
It's the Grant Gallagher witching hour. Ladies, you better watch it. Actually, everyone better watch out.
I have to share a couch with him.
And that's it. Bye, guys.
Bye.